Hey everyone, my name's Stu, and this is Christmas Village for Rollercoaster Tycoon Classic, a Christmas special for you all. This getaway, gone bust, has left a maze-like village in a set of snowy hills. Provide a second life to this debt-riddled park. Your objective, to repay a loan and achieve a park value of at least 165,000. Right, so this scenario then was created by a user on RCTgo called Illusionism. I will put a link to the download in the description. Okay, so we've got an old holiday park then that we've taken over. Let's turn off the scenery. Okay, so it's not a huge park, but it's more than big enough to get 165,000 park value. It's not a huge goal. So we are charging for admission, so that'll make it a bit harder. But as long as we keep our rides cheap and cheerful, we'll be fine. Let's have a look then. We can buy some extra land, not a huge amount. Let's have a look. And 50, okay, that's expensive. See what we've got then. We've got nothing in a transport rides. We've got a merry-go-round. We have got some coasters. Good selection of thrill rides, some water rides, and a good selection of shops. So, what have we got in the way of scenery? We've got some. I mean, we've got the snowy scenery. That's a good thing. Do you know what I think I'm going to do? It's not a huge goal. There's no time limit because the goal is to achieve the park. Where is it? To achieve the value and repay the loan. So even when we do achieve the value, we've got to repay the loan and then it will finish the scenario. So there's no time limit. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to put our research into scenery. Wow. This is a Christmas special. That interest is quite a lot, but I'm sure we'll be fine. So I think what we'll do then, we'll get rid of pretty much everything. I think the pathing is way too complicated and there's not enough space to put things down. We'll put the little huts into storage, check them over. Maybe we can bring them out once we're done. We'll do like a simple path, put down some rides, and see how we get on. October year one. So we've got simple path loop just on the inside there. We've got the snowman ride, we've got a go-karts, we've got the roller drop without the top on it, and we've got a carousel just there, and we've got a simple placeholder coaster just down here, junior coaster. I haven't bothered naming it because I'm probably going to get rid of it at some point. I'm either going to change the design so it goes all the way around the outside of the park, or I'm going to put a better ride, a better coaster in its place anyway. Oh, okay, so what have we got now? So we've researched all of the scenery. We're now researching shops. We've just unlocked the cash machine. Because we are charging for entry, I don't think I'm going to bother putting the cash machine down. Reason being, we're charging 40 to come in. I did, after putting down a couple of rides, I did get a warning about overcharging. At the gate, it does say your park entrance is too high. Once I put down the coaster, that was fine. I guess we're more than happy to pay. So I won't put down the cash machine because for this one, because we don't really care about guest numbers. I mean, we want guests so that they can go on our rides and buy things from the shops and things like that. But we don't really care about guest numbers. So ideally, they would come through into the park, pay the entrance fee, and then immediately leave. And then another guest would come in. That would be perfect. So I think what we're going to do now for year two, let's have a look at park value. 78,000, so we're halfway there, but we don't really care about that at the moment. Loan-wise, we're up to 30, so we've taken out more. But we're taking our time with this. I'm taking my time. I want to make a really nice looking park, so I'm not trying to speed run it. We're taking our time. We're going to make a cool park. So what I'm going to do for year two then is I'm going to build some path loops off to the sides around here and around this side as well, and just see what we can do. We might put down some extra rides and things, but all I'm really concerned about at the moment is getting the pathing done, seeing what comes out, what unlocks, and then we can spend a bit more time putting things down. October year 2, still over 500 guests in the park, and look, we've bought all the land here, but there's a piece missing just there. Yeah, we've all made that mistake when we created scenarios, so I won't hold it against them too much. So we've got our little path loops around there. That's cool. I haven't put any roofs on the bridges yet because I'm going to wait and see what I put in them, and then I can put the roofs, theme the roofs accordingly. So let's have a look then. We've got the loan down to 1,000, which is pretty good since we were on 30,000 last year. But if you look at the shop sales, that's been pretty good, and the entrance as well, that's been pretty good. So there's some months between the shop and the entrance we're making 10,000, because we haven't really been spending anything on rides. That's just all profit. So that's pretty cool then. Let's have a look what we're researching. So we're researching roller coasters, as you can see. We've researched basically everything else, gentle rides and the scenery and the shops. So we're researching roller coasters at the moment. I want to see what comes out. Let's have a look what we got so far. We've got some good ones unlocked. So I think we'll put down a Virginia reel. That'd be a nice spot over here. I've got an idea for a stand-up coaster, but yeah, we're plodding on. We're looking really good. I think this park is going to be awesome. October year 3, 800 guests in the park, and look at that cash, 38,000 as well. So we're making loads of money, and we've got a vintage cars down, got a lot of scenery down. So I've got a building, and then I've tried to go for like big gift boxes, like presents, but it's hard to make them look like boxes because we haven't really got anything to get the ribbon over the top. So, but we've done what we can do. It's trees as well, that helps. So we got the path loop around where that castle already was. I need to be careful with this a little bit by here because it's coming down towards where the entrance is. So the entrance is down there towards the bottom of the screen. So guests are going to come down here, and I don't want them coming down here to head towards the park entrance. So as long as there's nothing really down here that will distract them, it should be fine. They should just keep on going round. If they do get lost and stuck, then we can put down some no entry signs or something to funnel them out. That'll be fine. And then over here, then we've got a Virginia reel. Turn it back this way. And yeah, so here's a joke for you. How do you make a snowman laugh? You tickle his snowballs. Yeah, decent stats. It's not bad. Yeah, I quite like this. It goes up, it comes down, spins round. There's a little bit of underground action in order to get it to come back round and then down. So this is pretty cool. What's the park value on? 86,000. That's fine. That's fine. We are gonna start putting down more rides now. What are we doing as far as research is concerned? We're still researching roller coasters. There's loads, absolutely loads on this level. So yeah, I think because we've got, if you look at the scenery that's come out, we've got the snow stuff, but we've also got some kind of creepy scenery as well. So why don't we lean into that? Why don't we lean into the sort of the darker side, the sort of the Christmas monster sort of thing, and maybe do some of the more, I don't know, scarier Christmas things. So yeah, that's the plan. That's what I'm gonna. So I'm gonna go off now and have a look for some Christmas cryptids and some of those sorts of stories to give me some inspiration, and let's see what I can build. October year 4, 800 guests in the park value of 115,000, and we've got a vertical drop coaster just here. It's pretty cool. So this is Krampus. That's nice, isn't it? Like, have you seen the film Krampus? It's like a German sort of Christmas demon type thing. It's pretty cool. So I got rid of the junior coaster, reused the station. So it comes out goes up the chain lift, then we've got a holding brake, drops you down, goes underground. Oh, it's going to rain. This is going to spoil the video. I'm going to fast forward the rain. There you go. So we fast forwarded the rain. I have saved it, so I will go back to just before when I continue playing. So it drops down, goes underground, then we've got this little section that comes up inside the go-kart track. Another holding brake, drops you down, underground. Then we've got that little bridge section over there. Little block brake, drops you down. Then it comes back up. We got a chain lift there because it wasn't quite fast enough to go up. And then it drops you down into a loop. Photo section. And then we got some twisty turny bits. And then it goes back to the station. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Park value coming along now. Now we're going to start putting down the coasters. We'll get there. It'll be fine. So I've got an idea for a ride in this section here. And also around this side. I'm not sure what I'm going to do up here. But, you know, we've got lots of room. So, yeah, I'm going to spend a bit of time doing this. I think if we can knock off the goal at some point in the next year or so, and then I can spend a bit more time finishing off the park without the worry of the goal, and yeah, hopefully it'll end up looking amazing. October 5. Almost 900 guests in a park. We've got a park value of 173,000. So we are beating the goal at the moment. And we've got a stand-up coaster. It's called Mary Lloyd. So that is a weird old Welsh custom from a couple of hundred years ago where people would take a horse's skull in a cloak and they would go door to door and kind of engage in like a rap battle and like a battle of wits, and if you lost, you've got to let them in and let them eat your food. Don't really understand it, but it is making a bit of a comeback, so who knows? Again, the rain is annoying, but if we're slow moving across, it shouldn't anger the YouTube compression algorithm gods too much. Got a very simple design over here. It's a shuttle. It's called Tomton, which is a Scandinavian demon thing. Maybe editing Stu will tell you more. So it brings you back up and then it drops you down into a corkscrew, interacting with the vertical drop, brings you back up and then drops you down, corkscrew, and back. Very simple, decent stats. So because it's park value, we want the stats. So let's have a look then. We have got the park value of 173,000. It's annoying about the rain. Oh, and it's getting worse. Let's fast forward through the rain. Right, we fast forwarded through the rain. The park value is still good. Why don't we pay back the loan, complete the scenario, and then I think what I'll do is I'll save the game, export it into OpenRCT2. Add in, I think I really want to add in that, what's that, like candy cane sort of scenery items, because mainly for the fence, that weird fence that you can have with the different colours. Add that in, and then we can spend a bit of time adding to the rest of the park. We got loads of space. I mean, I say loads of space. I suppose for a normal person, it's not a load of space. For someone that loves building tiny coasters, this is tons of space. So we got loads of space around here. But yeah, even if it's just the fences and things that we put down, yeah, it'll greatly improve. It'll greatly improve. Let's have a look at the stats on Mary Lloyd a second. So yeah, decent excitement. A nice high intensity on that. So let's have a look. It takes you up the chain lift, drops you down into the two loops. Then we got like a sidewinder, is it? So it's like a half loop and then into the corkscrew, half corkscrew, and then back around. Got like a little trick track. corkscrewing over the chain lift back down, S-bends in and out of the loops, and then back to the station. And the station's kind of looks like a church. I think one of the reasons why the custom died out is because the church people weren't very happy with it. And back then, a few hundred years ago, Wales was very, very religious, to the point where we had like rival churches. Like most villages would have more churches than pubs. Crazy. So yeah, anyway, I'm going to crack on. I'll see you soon. October year 7, 1,364 guests in the park. We've already completed the goal, but the park value at the moment is 275,000. So park value is mainly linked to ride stats. So we've got a lot of good stat coasters in the park. Okay, let's have a look at some of the additions that we've made then. So I've used that new bits of scenery to go around, adding some fences here, there, and everywhere, etc. Just to add the final touches to the park. So we've got a wild mouse just here called the U Lads, and I figure I had a good idea earlier. I'm going to let Editing Stew deal with the description to tell you what these things are. And it's raining again. Do you know what? It has rained pretty much non-stop whilst playing this, which has been pretty good for the finances with the £20 umbrellas, but it's not good for the video. So I'm going to skip the rain. Okay, and we're back. So let's have a look at the stats then. Decent stats on that. Pretty cool. So yeah, very simple design. I'm just putting it wherever I can, and then I added that little house at the bottom just to sort of hide the last part where you got that weird little break run, just to make it look a bit more interesting as well. Okay, so coming around here, we've seen this, just added a few more trees and things, and the major ride that we've added is this black wooden coaster here, and it's called Yolakator, which aka the Yule cat, because yeah, apparently there's a giant Christmas cat that like eats people and stuff. So yeah, I got this weird thing over here. I don't know. We just ended up going with it. It was quite difficult to get the turnaround, so I just went with this, and I thought, it'd be quite cool if we moved the rotor drop there. So that's what we did. We moved the rotor drop and then extended it. So yeah, it's all good. Adding to the stats, adding to the park value, and then in the place of the rotor drop, we've added a simulator ride, and it's going to rain again. So with a scenario like this, it's probably more important for me to skip the rain than normal because there's so many trees in the background that it's just adding so much to the video that the YouTube compression algorithm just really doesn't like it. And then, so coming around here, then we've got a limb coaster, and it's about to go. Let's have a look. Oh, guess again, lost and stuck. What's that all about? Can't find the park exit. Okay. I'm sure they'll figure it out. Yes, they're fine. So this here is Perchter. I don't know how to pronounce it. Perchter. Frau Perchter. I've seen it. So yeah, it's a limb coaster, so you don't need the spike on the back. So it launches out. So initially I had it launching quite low, and then I've just gradually upped it slightly as I see it testing. So it launches out into the loop, and then we've got this weird sort of hook there. So that's the half loop section, or quarter loop, or whatever section of the limb coaster. So if it hits that part, that's classed then as an extra inversion. So when we go in it, you can see that it's got 3 inversions. So it does the loop forwards, then it does that little, it touches that little half loop, quarter loop, whatever it is, and then it comes back, does the loop backwards. So that's why you get the 3 inversions. We've seen this one, Tompton. Decent stats on that. I have jiggled the the chain lift on all of them, just for it to recalculate the stats, because we've added extra rides, there's extra interactions, plus we've added some scenery and things like that. This one had a good boost, 6.17 for a stand-up coaster is pretty good. So I think it had a good boost because I had it on block section mode, even though I only had the one train. So when I first built it, I did try it with 2 trains, but you know what? I just figured for a coaster like this, 1 train is more than enough, especially at the time when we only had about 800 guests. But yeah, I think the park has turned out really well. In the end, we didn't bother putting down the houses. Where are they? We got them in storage. Well, we did have them in storage. Where were they? There. We got those in storage, but they were a bit rotten. And look, we got so much cash. I figure let's just stick with the theme park business because we're obviously pretty good at that. Not bother with the accommodation business, because obviously that was quite difficult, as the previous owners found out. But yeah, this park is pretty spiffy, if I do say so myself. I am really glad I had a look at playing this one. I think it's turned out really well. This again is Christmas Village, a custom scenario that I found on RCTgo by a user called Illusionism, that's the one. There was another scenario that I was looking to play, but when I went to download it, it was actually the wrong one that had been uploaded, so that's a shame. So I have left a message for them, so I don't know if they're ever going to log in and see that again. It's raining again. Let's skip this. So I think this park has turned out really well. I've had a blast playing it. I hope you've enjoyed watching it. Feel free to download it and have a go yourself. I'll put the download link in the video description. So thanks once again, and I will see you really soon. Have a great Christmas and a fantastic New Year, or whatever it is that you celebrate or don't celebrate. But whatever you do, just make sure you have a great time. Bye!